Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Hera English School online teaching standard 10th. Today inshallah in English subject we are going to see the concluding part, that is part 3 of lesson 2.5 Let's March. Now here he starts explaining that he is asking the government, the intergovernmental agencies, the businessmen, the faith leaders, the workers, the teachers and NGOs, and each one of us to put an end to all forms of violence against children. Now he is requesting those authorities who can change the things they matter the most in the society. These people, they can definitely bring about a change in the society. The problems like slavery, trafficking, children marriage, child labor, sexual abuse and illiteracy, these things have no place in any civilized society. Those people who are civilized, they don't have this kind of problem. But these all problems are existing in our society for the greed of the money. The people have become selfish and they don't think of the society and the welfare of the children. Next paragraph we move on to. Now he is addressing to everybody. Friends, we can do this. Governments must make children-friendly policies and invest in education and young people. He is requesting that the government should put efforts that the policies which are made, which will benefit the children, and more money to be invested in the field of education and the young people. Business must be more responsible, accountable and open to innovative partnerships. Now he is telling that the business should be always be having a new ideas brought into it, and the businessman should also be responsible for the society's well-being. Intergovernmental agencies must work together to accelerate the actions. Accelerate means to increase the speed. What speed should be increased? The speed of making a welfare for the children. Global civil society must rise above the business as usual. As usual, the global civil society, they must rise above. They should think above, rather than only their own business, but they should think about the welfare of the society. And fragmented agendas, that is the split up or disunified agendas should not be there. Faith leaders and institutions, that means religious leaders, they should come forward. Here agendas means a plan of things to be done in a solve a problem. Okay. Now faith leaders, that is the religious leaders, and the institutions, that is the educational, universities, colleges, schools, and all of us must stand with our children. Why we should all stand with our children? So that we can help them out. We can make their life more fruitful. We can make the future citizens more better. We must be bold. We should have the right, we should have the courage, we should have the confidence that we identify that this is wrong, this is right. Okay? We must be ambitious and we must have the will. We should have the willpower inside us. We must keep our promises. Our promises should be kept by us. Over 50 years ago, on the first day of my school, Now he is talking about an incident in his life. 50 years ago, on the first day when he had gone to the school, I met a cobbler boy my age sitting outside the gate of my school. Now, as soon as he entered on the gate, he saw a cobbler boy was sitting beside the gate of his school. I asked my teachers, why is he working outside? Why he is not with us in the school? Now, Kailash Satyarthi asked the teacher that why that child is working outside. He is of same age as mine, so he must be in the school. My teacher had no answer, so the teachers at that time had no answer for this question. One day I gathered the courage to ask the boy's father. Every day he saw that the child was sitting and he was working as a cobbler. Now one day Kailash Satyarthi got the courage and asked the boy's father. He said, "Sir, I have never thought about it. We are born to work." See, their life has been continuously gone generations upon generations that they are just working. They have never thought that their children should be educated, or they don't put any efforts only because their mindset is now like this only, that from generations on their lifestyle is that they work and their children also work. They don't have any dreams for the children to get education because of the poverty, because of many of the problems in the society, because of the stigma in the society. His answers made me angry. It still makes me angry. Why Kailash is angry? Kailash Satyarthi is angry because he is getting frustrated that people don't have ambitions. People don't want only their children to get education. The society is having a kind of a stigma on itself. Stigma like a blame kind of a they think that their future lies only just by working for the other people, not for making any improvement in their children. As a child, I had a vision of tomorrow. Vision means a kind of a dream for the future. A vision of that cobbler boy sitting with me in my classroom. So he had always dreamed that that cobbler boy, he must be sitting next to me in the classroom. He should also get education. Now that tomorrow has become today, I am today. Tomorrow has become today, that means it was the last time's incident, but now it is today. That is, now the future is going on, right? I am today and you are today. That means we are the present situation people. Today it is time for every child to have a right to life. Now we should always enact that. We should understand that every child who is born in this earth, he is having an equality, fraternity, brotherhood in his life. Today it is time for every child to have a right to life, right to freedom, right to health. Every child, every citizen, every future citizen has the right that his health should be taken care of. He should have freedom for choosing his education. He should have freedom for expressing his views. Right to education, right to safety. That means he should be safe. Right to dignity. That means he should be respected in the society. Right to equality. He should be given equal rights, equal opportunities in the society. And right to peace. That is, he should not be forced upon to become a terrorist, or he should not become forced upon to take away any other business rather than whatever he wants to do in his life. And right to peace. Okay? Now, the last paragraph on page number 83. Today beyond the darkness. What do you mean by darkness here? Darkness means the many of the problems which the children are facing today, they are all described as by the adjective darkness. Okay, now he is telling today beyond the darkness, after the darkness he is telling there is going to be a light. I see the smiling faces of our children in the blinking stars. Blinking stars means in the future he is thinking, he is seeing that if we put the efforts today and bring all the children in the mainstream of education, give them all the rights, whether they are poor, whether they are very rich, whether they are from middle class, every child in the society is treated equally and given the education opportunity, best opportunity of his life, the particular field which he want to choose, then definitely it's going to be a bright future for them in the future. Today, in every wave of every ocean, every wave of every ocean means the movements, the ongoing developments in this world, I see my children are playing and dancing. That means they are becoming happier. When you give them the chance, opportunity, equal treatment, education, they are satisfied and they play and dance. Okay? Today, in every plant, like he is describing the children as a plant, every tree and every mountain, I see our children growing freely with dignity. That means every part of the world, he is seeing that the children are growing with dignity. They are being respected. Why? Because they are getting better education, they are getting better facilities, they are being treated equally, no matter from where they belong, economically also and religion wise also. Okay, now we move on to page number 84. Friends, I want you to see and feel this today inside you. That means he is giving us the thinking, he is motivating us that you think inside your heart and mind and you feel that problem which these people are facing, which these small children are facing. My dear sisters and brothers, as I said, many interesting things are happening today. May I please request you to put your hands close to your heart, close your eyes and feel the child inside you. Now every person who is bigger in age, even he is having a child in himself. Sometime when we play with our family any of the games like the carom or the ludo, that childhood comes inside, that reminds us of our childhood, that happiness, that happy feeling without any kind of cunningness or greed for others. We enjoy that moment as a child. So he is telling that feel that child inside you and understand the difficulties of the children who are facing this kind of difficult situations in their life. I am sure you can. Now listen to that child. Listen please. You try to understand those children on the street, those children on the railway station, those children who are begging. Just when we see them, get the feeling that what if I was in this situation, or what if my family people or my family children were in this situation. You understand, you try to make out that what you can do for these kind of children in the society. Today I see thousands of Mahatma Gandhis, Nelson Mandelas and Martin Luther Kings calling on us. That means these great people who have done lot many things for the education of the society, for the welfare of the society. They thought for the welfare of the human being. So he is resembling those people. That means he is giving us, he is motivating us that you also come out from your specific fields towards helping the children in the society, like Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela and Martin Luther King. Okay, let us democratize, that means make the free knowledge. Let the knowledge be available to everybody. Let us universalize justice. Together let us globalize compassion. Compassion means a feeling in ourselves to understand the difficulties of the children all around us. Those unfortunate children who are not getting the chance for education, they are begging on the street, they are being harassed, they are become slaves to others, they are working for the others as a child laborer. We should understand the difficulties of such children and come forward to help them out. I call upon you in this room. In this room means that auditorium or that hall in which everybody is sitting and he is addressing them. And all across the world, I call for a march from exploitation to education. Exploitation means to take undue advantage of the children. Now, those who are taking the undue advantage of the children, they are taking, that is a misfortunate, there is a bad thing in the society. People should identify such children and they should be brought to the schools, brought to the mainstream, that equal opportunity be given to each child in the society. I call for a march from poverty to shared prosperity. What do you mean by this? Poverty means the poor people who are not having anything available with them. The basic necessities are not there with them. We should share the things with them. Such children, if you share a small toy also, see the smile on that face of the child. Not only the money can bring this smile, but also your cooperation. You give them respect, you treat them like your children, give them education or help for the education of such children. Definitely that will bring a smile on the face of that child and satisfaction in your heart. From poverty to shared prosperity, a march from slavery to liberty. That is a march. March means a kind of a, in one direction, the people moving with a force. You must have seen this in the military, the movement, the national movement, the children walking or moving towards the prosperity. That means from the slavery, those who are being bonded labor, those who are working, forced being to work, they are being brought to liberty. Liberty means to free them from that forced exploitation. Okay, exploitation here means take an undue advantage of the child. And a march from the violence to peace, that means a movement from violence. They are being harassed, they are being beaten up by other people, towards the peace. At the gunpoint they are being beaten, they are being harassed, they are being tortured, their innocence is lost somewhere. We need to find such children and make them at peace, bring them towards the school. Let us march from ignorance to awakening. The movement of ours from the ignorance, that is the period where the people were not being educated, not given awareness, from there towards the awakening, towards the movement of progress, to make each child become a educated person, to make himself a thinking person, a person who is well educated in the society. Let us march from darkness to light, darkness of all the wrong things done to the child, towards the light of betterment for the education, for the child to channelize his energy in a proper way in the society. Let us march from mortality to divinity. Mortality means death. Death of the child. Many of the children, they die because there is no medicine for such children in the remote areas due to the poverty and many other problems. Towards divinity, that means they will live and live a very healthy life. Okay, let us march, that means he is motivating the people to move towards the betterment of the society, betterment of the children and betterment of the human being. Okay, so mobilize those ideas. He is motivating everybody. It's a alhamdulillah a very nice speech which motivates everybody. So let us in our area also identify such kind of children and see to it that we can be of help to any of the children in the society. Alhamdulillah, with this we complete lesson. Let's march. Inshallah, we'll see the question answers next time. Jazakallah.